It's all heading to St. Anne's Fort. I speak of the titles of the inaugural CBC Sports and Cultural Club's Indy Pine Road Tennis Tournament after Barbados Defence Force claimed both the men's and women's finals last night. Playing at the Dighton Power Roach facility in Bush Hall, the action was intense.
The women were on court first, and it was Purity Bakeries in the red facing off with the women of the Army, the Barbados Defence Force. Both teams brought their A game, and this first set was a tight one. BDF's Shireen Ward fires the ball to the right of Shernal Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch will get her revenge, however, beating both Ward and her teammate Sheldon Waldron. Actually, Cumberbatch was all fired up, this time using the drop shot to beat the Army women. But they do know how to fight a battle, and Waldron showed Purity how it was done, with class. Backing up Waldron, Ward went to the left of court again. BDF took the first set at 22-20. So it was up to BDF to claim the second to take the victory. That was a beautiful backhand by Ward. Purity, keeping in the game, capitalized on this mistake by the BDF women, but it was already signed, sealed, and delivered. The BDF team of Sheldon Waldron and Shireen Ward, the inaugural champions of the Indy Pine Women's Road Tennis title. So it was left to be seen if their men's team could ensure all the hardware went to St. Anne's Fort, but they had to get past the team from the National Sports Council, and already that looked like quite an easy task. The skill of the Army men really prevailed. Aaron Douglas smoothly down the line. Sports Council got their act together and started to turn on some pressure. Peter John smashing past Douglas, but the BDF men meant business, and Terry Smith with a strong forehand. BDF take the first set at 21-14. So will they follow in the women's footsteps? All the BDF men needed to do was to claim this second set, and they picked up where they left off, all cylinders firing. The Sports Council was putting up a fight. This was one of the longer rallies, but with mistakes like these, as Smith's response suggests, it was getting way too easy. But don't underestimate the Sports Council team. They had shining moments too, nicely executed by Moore. John, not being left out of showing his skill, dunked through the middle. But there was no need for push-ups or laps for the BDF team, as Smith closed out the game 21-14, 21-12. BDF take the men's in the Pine Road tennis title. Terry Smith and Aaron Douglas triumphed over the Sports Council's team of Peter Moore and Peter John.
And in cricket news, ICBL Empire and Counterpoint Wanderers are the first two teams out of the blocks in this year's Lime BCA Elite Division competition. Empire crushed ESA Field Pickwick at 4 square by an innings and 62 runs. Scores there: Empire 359 for 7, Pickwick 160 and 137. Over at Harrison College, Wanderers beat Guardian General Barbados Youth by 6 wickets. The Youth 137 and 220. Wanderers made 257 for 6 and 101 for 4. The other 3 games ended in draws. At Queen's Park, Supercenter Spartan made 300 for 9 and 35 for 2. The BDF 287 and 239. At Bayfield, Lime made 269 and 242. Brathwaite's Construction Republic Bank St. Catherine 306 for 8 and 125 for 5. And at Trent's, CJ Maple made 166 and 219 for 9. Sadiko UWI 195 and 209 for 5. Shakia Thomas, he got 109 not out. An unbeaten half-century by Barbadian Jonathan Carter helped to lead the West Indies High Performance Centre to an 8-wicket win over Bangladesh A in the second and final T20 of the 2-match series at the 3Ws Oval. Batting first, Bangladesh A posted a total of 125 for 7, led by 29 from Imrul Kais, 28 from Sabir Rahman, and 25 from Shuvagata Hom. Sheldon Cottrell took 3 for 19. In reply, the AHPC reached the target on 126 for 2. Carter led with 53 not out, assisted with an unbeaten 44 by Andre Fletcher.